Starting off with the driven direct seller, what we're going to take you through now is why your bookings might be low based on the driven personality style characteristics, and then how can you fix it. So the first question is, well, why would your bookings be low in a personality style of a driven direct seller? Well, I've come up with a few ideas, so let's see what you think here, and you are welcome to ask me questions as we go through. The driven direct seller might not be getting enough party bookings because they could be coming across to party guests and prospects as being a little bit too direct and too abrupt. Sometimes they're in such a rush and they're very, very motivated and they're very goal orientated. Definitely. Driven people are goal orientated, and sometimes all they see is what they're striving for, and they can tend to forget a little bit about, well, how am I coming across to you and putting myself in your shoes? You know, you might be wearing the fancy black high heel, but what if you're talking to someone else who is more of a people pleaser? You need to be able to relate to each and every one of these different types of styles. Also, with the driven direct seller, another reason that your party bookings might be low is sometimes you look so professional and so confident in what you're doing that other people might become intimidated by you, and they might even feel like they are not good enough to be your hostess, which is crazy, isn't it? I mean, everyone is welcome to be our hostess. But again, it's all about, well, how do they feel? What is it like in their shoes? And if they're seeing that you have high expectations and you know everything and you just go, 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 they might think, oh, I might not be good enough to be her hostess. And one other thing is they may not relate to you on a personal level. So your style might be so different to theirs. Like your style could be, a conscientious direct seller, and they're a driven direct seller, and those two could be so different that they're just not engaging with each other. So then the question becomes, well, how do we fix it? How do we fix it and increase the party bookings? So the first thing that I recommend we do is we get to know your prospect first, and the way that we do that is through asking questions and sharing what we call commonalities before you then ask for the party booking. So think about it. When you meet someone, if you're creating a friendship or a relationship, you want to be able to find things out about each other and find out what you have in common. So a little bit of small talk, a little bit of chit chat. When you're running a party, it might be all about, well, what area are you in? Or how do you know the hostess? What kind of products are your favorites on your wish list? And don't be afraid to add in little bits of commonality. Oh, I love that one too. In fact, when I first saw the products from our company, that one was on my wish list when I went to the party. So little things like that. So get to know your prospect, little bit of chit chat, make them feel comfortable and allow them to get to know you. Then you want to ask for the booking. Now, when it comes to asking for the booking as a driven direct seller, you might find that you need to ask for the booking with a softer strategy. So what I've got here is a couple of suggestions of the type of questions that you could ask to ask for the party booking. So number one, you could say something like, well, if you were to have a party, would you prefer a weekday or a weekend? So can you see how that's less direct? It's not abrupt. It's softening the question. So Mary, if you were to have a party, would you prefer to do a weekday or a weekend? So for the prospect, they're not locking themselves into definitely saying I'm having a party. What we're really doing is just getting them to visualize themselves as maybe being your hostess, and it's getting them that little step closer to a definite yes. Now, if you want to ask for the booking with a softer strategy again, here is how I would often ask someone who is a little bit thinking about it and is interested, but they're not sure if they could be a good hostess or end up with good results at their party or enough people to come along and enough sales and bookings and so on. So what you could say to soften the party booking question would be, well, look, Joanne, I'm happy just to run a casual, easygoing party. Even if it's only for you and a few friends, we can just have a bit of a coffee catch up and a get together with a little bit of a quick demo of my products. And that way I'm still going to be able to give you either something for free or at least a discounted product and a thank you gift for being my valued hostess. You know, you really don't have to have 8, 10, 12 people at your party to make the party worthwhile. So what do you think, Joanne? Should we give it a go? I don't mind if you want to. I'm happy to do it. So again, I know that was a long question, but this is part of the thing. To remember, the driven direct seller is fast and they're goal orientated and they're ambitious and they want to get there and they don't want to waste time. But some of these other personality styles, like the people pleaser and the outgoing person, they are far more laid back. They need a lot more time. They need a lot more fluffiness, a lot more chit chat. And so by asking a softer closing question like that, you will get a lot more yeses from these type of party guests that are showing up as your prospects. So that's the driven direct seller. And I hope that gives you some ideas on why your party bookings might be low based on your personality style, and then of course how to fix it.